Hi everyone. So in this class, we will be going to study about the Markensia. So the Markensia, it belongs to the bryophytes, and we know that bryophytes are known as the amphibians of the plant kingdom. Why they are known as the amphibians of the plant kingdom? Because they require water to reproduce sexually and to complete their life cycle. And this Markensia is a genus of bryophytes. Coming to the scientific classification of the Markensia, it belongs to the kingdom Plantae, division Hepaticophyta, class Hepaticopsida, order Markensiales, family Markensiaceae, and the genus is Markensia. And this Markensia reproduces vegetatively as well as sexual reproduction. And the life cycle is haplodiploidic, and haploid gametophyte is dominant phase in the bryophytes. And the genus Markensia contains around 65 species, and they are present in the moist and shady places all over the world. Some of the examples are given here. The Markensia polymorpha, Markensia britirona, and Markensia palmata are few species of the Markensia. Coming to the morphological part of the Markensia, so the common habitat is moist and shady places. So the first point you can write it here as the common habitat means they are seen in the moist and shady places, and the plant body is thyloid. Thyloid means they are not having true roots, true stems, as well as true leaves. Then what you can call that plant? So it is a thallus. So the plant body is thyloid, and the thallus is dorsiventral. Dorsiventral means what? It is having the dorsal surface as well as the ventral surface, and it is flat and dichotomously branched. So you can see dichotomously branched means the edge of the branches are divided into two. So hence dichotomously branched. And the gametophytic phase you can see here, it is the dominant phase. The dorsal surface contains the diamond shaped markings which has a central pore in the middle for the gaseous exchange. So they are the chambers present internally beneath the polygonal marking. And the ventral surface contains the scales as well as the rhizoids, and the rhizoids are unicellular and they are root like structure. The main function for the rhizoids, they are meant for the absorption of the minerals and the water. And the reproductive parts, that is the reproductive bodies, are found on the dorsal surface, and they bear cup like structures. They are known as the gyma cups, which are meant for the vegetative reproduction. And the sexual reproduction, they are the sexual organs. They are born on the stalk, that is the antheridiopore as well as the archegoniopore. They contain male and female reproductive organs known as the antheridia and archegonia respectively. And the upper epidermis consists of the air pores which open the air chambers present in the photosynthetic zone. And the upper epidermis, you will see study that part in the internal structure. So now the rhizoids are of two types, smooth walled rhizoids and the tuberculate rhizoids. In scales also you can see two types of the scales, that is appendiculate scale as well as the ligulate scale. Coming to internal structure, so the internally the thallus of Markensia shows tissue differentiation of various types. So there are photosynthetic region as well as the storage region. So before that, epidermal region comes. So the epidermal region, it consists of a well defined upper epidermis as well as the lower epidermis, and the upper epidermis forms the surface layer over the photosynthetic zone. And here you will see the epidermal cells contain few chloroplasts, and the photosynthetic region lies beneath the upper epidermis. They are the air chambers in a single horizontal layer. So you can see here a green color partition is there. So this is the photosynthetic region. So it lies beneath the upper epidermis, and here the chambers are bonded by a cell layer with a thick partition. So you can also see the partitions here. So these partitions are 3 or 4 cells in height. Each chamber communicates with the exterior through the barrel shaped chimney like pore, and forms a floor of each chamber arise as a short and simple or branched filament of a green cells. They are known as the assimilatory, or it is known as the photosynthetic filaments. And these cells of the photosynthetic filament contain numerous ovoid chloroplasts. Next one is storage zone. Here the storage zone, it lies below the photosynthetic region. So it lies below the photosynthetic region. It is the thickest in the center and tapers at towards the margin. So you can see here the cells are large, and here the lower epidermal cells, they are very small compared to the middle region. So it is said as they are thickest in the center and tapering towards the margin. It consists of uniform tissue made up of relatively large, colorless, thin-walled polygonal parenchymatous cells. And these cells of this region lack chloroplast but contain starch and protein. And the isolated cells may contain the single large oil bodies. And here the lower epidermis, it also consists the rhizoids as well as the scales. And you can see there are two types. Rhizoids are unicellular, that is the tuberculate, and the smooth walled rhizoids. Coming to the reproduction part, so we know that it reproduces vegetative as well as the sexual method. So vegetative means vegetative part where it occurs on the land. So it occurs by means of the fragmentation, and by means of the adventitious branches, and by means of the gymae. So what is fragmentation? In this older region of the thallus, decay and degenerate, and the younger region or the apical region against the regenerate, and it produces the new plant body. What it means? So the death and decay of the parent thallus, and it falls on the ground. From there the new plant body can be produced. So the death and decay or the degenerate of the younger region or the apical region, again that is known as the fragmentation. And it also occurs by the adventitious branches. Adventitious branches means what? So in this method the branches develop on the ventral surface of the thallus. Now the branches grows into the new body due to the favorable conditions. And next, coming to the gymae cups. So these gymae, the cup like structures found on the midrib of the dorsal surface within the gymae cup, and they are attached by the small stalk to the thallus of the plant body. And these gymae are vegetative reproductive structures which are made up of the parenchymatous cells. And here on the lateral side of the gymae the notch is present. Okay, so here you can see it. So here on the lateral side of the gymae notch is present. The cells of the gymae are filled with the chloroplast. When the gymae falls on the ground, they produce the new plant body. So vegetative reproduction occurs by means of the fragmentation, and by means of the adventitious branches, and by means of the gymae cup. Next, sexual reproduction. The Markensia is a dioecious or heterothallic, that is, the male and female sex organs are found in separate individuals. And the male sex organ is found in the male plant, and the female sex organ is found in the female plant. The sexual reproduction takes place by fusion of a male and female gamete. So here you can see antheridiopore and archegoniopore. Okay, so archegoniopore produces the archegonia, and antheridiopore produces the antheridia. So the antheridia, it is a male gametophyte. The male gametes are called as the anthrozoids. Here you can see it. So the male gametes, they are called as the anthrozoids. Each anthrozoid is elongated, coiled, and flagellated. And the anthrozoids are formed within the male sex organs called as the antheridium. Each antheridium is globular with a short stalk, and the jacket layer encloses numerous cells called as the androzoids. And these androzoids are formed, they forms the anthrozoids when antheridium gets ruptured and the anthrozoids liberate outside. So you can see the structure here. So what it says, so the androzoids forms the anthrozoids. When the antheridium is ruptured, these androzoids will move outside, and each antheridium is embedded in the cavity, and the cavity opens outside through the pore called as the ostiole. So here the cavity opens. So if the ostiole is open, so these androzoids come out through the ostiole and swim in the water. After swimming in the water, they come in contact with the archegonia. So that is the female gametophyte. So the female plant bears the archegoniopore. It is 5 to 7 centimeter long. Where is the archegonia? Yes. So here. So the female plant body bears the archegoniospore. From this archegoniospore, archegonia are evolved. So here this archegonia, it is a 5 to 7 centimeter long, and it consists of a stalked and a star-like female receptacle. Usually, here you can see here. So it consists the star-like receptacle. So usually it is having 9 rays of the star-like structures. So numerous female sex organs called as the archegonia, they are hanging downwards in the thallus. And the archegonia consists of the swollen base portion that is known as the venter and the elongated neck portion. And venter consists of permanent cell that is known as the egg cell, and the neck canal cells consist of the neck cells. Next coming the fertilization. The fertilization starts when the swimming anthrozoids reach the archegonia tip with the help of the water. So the archegonia, that is the anthrozoids. So these anthrozoids come in contact with the archegonial tip with the help of the water, and the neck canal cells of the archegonia get dissolved. Okay, so dissolved or degenerated. A kind of mucilage is secreted by dissolving the neck canal cells, and they reaches to the venter cells. The anthrozoids reaches to the venter canal cells and get fused with the egg, and there is a formation of the zygote. And after the zygote develops the sporophyte. So there is a next process, that is the sporophyte process. So this zygote undergoes number of cell division during the development, and the structure of the zygote at the stage is called as the sporophyte stage. So what it is saying, so the zygote undergoes a number of cell divisions during the development, and the structure of the zygote at that stage, that zygote stage, is known as the sporophyte stage. And the basal portion of the sporophyte here, so the basal portion, this one, so the basal portion of the sporophyte, it is known as the foot, and the middle portion, which is elongated, that is known as the seta, and the globular terminal part, that is known as the capsule. So the sporophyte, it is divided into 3 parts, that is the foot, seta, as well as the capsule. And the round globular terminal part, that is known as the capsule, which consists the thread like eleators. Eleators means these eleators helps the spores to dispose or disperse. And the number of unicellular spores are formed by the meiosis division, or you can see the spore mother cells within the capsule. And the capsule is surrounded by the layer called as the jacket layer, and the whole sporophyte is surrounded by the layer of the cell called as the calyptra. These eleators helps the spore in discharge when the jacket or capsule is ruptured. Here the sporophyte is parasitic because it depends upon the female gametophyte. Half of the spores germinate to produce the male gametophyte, and half of the spores germinate to produce the female gametophyte. Coming to the life cycle of the Markensia, the Markensia shows the alternation of the generation, that is the haploid sexual and the diploid vegetative part, or you can say it as the asexual part. Okay, so here it is the alternation of generation. Alternation of generation means the gametophytic phase is also there, as well as the sporophytic phase is also there. The gametophytic phase is dominant here. If there is a presence of the gametophytic phase, then only the sporophytic phase is evolved in the bryophytes. So the life cycle of the Markensia, it is haplodiploidic, and both the haploid and diploid phases are represented by the multicellular structures. And the main free living plant body is gametophytic, that is the haploid. And short-lived sporophyte is the diploid stage, that is the dependent stage, that is dependent upon the gametophytic for the archegorenge and nourishment. And the male and female gametophyte give rise the anthrozoids, and then the and then the zygote is formed, which is formed by the fusion of the male and female gametophytes, and the zygote divides by meiotic division to form the multicellular sporophyte, and then the spore mother cells divide by the meiosis to form the haploid spores, which germinate to form the haploid gametophyte. So this was about the Markensia. So here you came to know about the characters of the Markensia, its external characters as well as the internal characters, and reproductive parts, that is vegetative reproduction and also the sexual reproduction. And you came to know about the antheridiopore and the archegoniospore. Then fertilization occurs, then sporophyte is formed, and then the dehiscence of the sporophyte and the germination of the spores. So here it is having alternation of generation. Alternation of the generation means the sporophytic phase is also present as well as the gametophytic phase is also present. Here the gametophyte is dominant. I hope you guys understood well. Thank you.